Um, I'm gonna turn on some music. You and Darth. I'm gonna turn on some music while everybody's coming in, but oh,
What about second breakfast?
hey, Micah. I'm putting zero effort into like tweeting that I'm live or anything. I don't have that kind of energy today. To say that I was super close to canceling stream at the very last minute, um, is an understatement. Or not an understatement. It's not even an exaggeration. I don't even know. You're mid-session, dude. Lock in, bro. Have you ever heard of Lord of the Rings, the fantasy franchise? I think you might enjoy. Dude, I'll have to check it out. Already quit twice. Nice. Migraines, emotions, a lot. There's so much. I'm gonna go set up my diffuser quick. I'm gonna actually put my starting soon screen on real quick, and then we'll come back with more chatting. Right, I'm back, but I'm not gonna switch scenes just yet. Just getting that diffuser set up here. Alright. Alright, so a bit of updates. I basically, to kind of summarize, I don't exactly know even where to start on this one, other than just to say that with everything going on in my life, a lot is still not great. So for obviously, I've talked about this a lot. I haven't tried to shy away from it. I've been dealing with chronic migraines for about 4 months now, and they're not getting any better. I'm supposed to be returning to work at the end of July, but most likely I will not be able to. Um, One reason being that my migraines aren't going to be good enough. So if I'm not going to be good enough to work, I'm just not going to be good enough to work. Um, so that's like a big factor. The second thing is that we will not be able to afford, we won't be able to have the same level of childcare that we had during the last school year this time around. And so with that, we aren't going to be able to like take care of our kid. Like we aren't going to be able to have family available to take care of baby Loki, as we've dubbed him online. But I will probably have to switch jobs, um, to accommodate for this, which, because of my migraines, I don't even know what I'll be able to do for work. So, like, normally I would say, like, oh yeah, this is a happy announcement of I get to go full time with this, this isn't a happy announcement of going full time because I can't go full time with this because, frankly, as much as I would love to be able to say I can go full time creating content, I still am not nearly big enough to even that be a consideration. I don't make nearly enough money on Twitch. I don't make enough money on YouTube. I don't make enough money on TikTok. I don't make any money hardly anywhere to be able to even like consider, for the sake of my family, to be able to do this full time. But unfortunately, that doesn't change the level of expenses that we have. It doesn't change the level of expenses that we have. It doesn't change my migraine. Like my migraines make it difficult for me to work. But also, I can't be like, I'm not able to do this full time to be able to say, well, since I can't work a normal job, I'll just do content full time because I still have to take care of my family. You know, like that has to be like a number one thing. And so there is a lot of just uncertainty right now. And I know I try to stay positive on stream because I very much just want to stay positive with everything that happens. I know everybody's got a lot of tough things going on, and streams is a great way for people to have an escape. And I want to be able to provide that. But also, I just gotta be real with everybody for a few minutes. And this is me being real for a few minutes. Like right now, I can't work. And I don't have money. I just don't know what I just don't know what life is gonna look like right now. Most of this is to say I genuinely need prayer, as we try and navigate what life's next steps are. Nothing is currently set in stone for what's going to happen. We got a lot of things we're navigating, a lot of things we're figuring out, a lot of unknowns. Because obviously quitting a job comes up with a lot of different thoughts, like insurance and things like that. And we finally like figured out what my insurance situation was, only to more than likely I'm gonna have to quit. And then if I do quit, then we have to figure out new insurance and going from there. And so there's just so much unknown, so much stress right now. And money is just genuinely so like, I just, yeah. So please be praying that we can figure something out, because we need a freaking miracle. That God will provide something for our family, because we need a miracle right now more than ever. Whether it's my migraines or something, because I genuinely don't know. I know God will provide. What that's going to look like, I don't know. Yeah, that's about that. Yeah.
Every little helps less than free.
Thank you so much, Intharth, for the $50. That seriously means a lot. I appreciate you a lot, friend. You are amazing. Hey, Task. I don't want that. Nope, I don't want Chrome. You need to come over here so I can give Task her shout out. Guys, go follow Task. She's cool. On a more fun note, because now that I've trauma dumped for a little bit, and before I genuinely actually start crying, we got more stuff on the developer roadmap. Oh, this is backwards. Ew. Did I not? Why is this the way that... Oh, because I changed this earlier. There we go. Okay. Fixed. Okay. We got more updates for the second half of 2026 for Lotro. And we're going to talk about it for just a little bit, because I do genuinely want to talk about this. I haven't really gotten a chance to look through a lot of stuff, just because life, as I talked about earlier, for those who were watching on stream, and then we'll dive into Third Age after that. But, so they've talked about, they're going to be revealing the next expansion. This will be on July 31st, so the end of next month will be when we will get the next expansion name reveal, which I'm really excited for. Even though I'm not even close to getting to endgame, I'm still very excited to see kind of what the next expansion is going to look like. So that'll be really cool. But we'll get into that a little bit more. And then focusing on some summertime events, adding new encounters and rewards to legendary servers, and adding exciting changes to the Ettenmoors, including the addition of the first monster player class in nearly 20 years. So this is really cool. So they made a couple QOL adjustments. They haven't really talked about what those are. I'm sure we'll get those more when update 49 actually drops. Oh my gosh, Task, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much. Supported nerd. You're awesome. So, summer brings updated, highly regressive quality of life improvements designed to make your adventures smoother, clearer, and more rewarding. From expanding armor set availability across older content to improving visibility in some of the world's darkest corners. We're tackling a wide range of long-standing issues alongside dozens of fixes and refinements throughout the game. So it looks like they're working on making a ton of QOL adjustments from older content, which I think is really cool. I don't know what that's going to look like. I couldn't tell you. They have not given any insight to any of us, even as creators, which is fine. I'm not going to say that we need to know any of that information, but it's cool to see that they are taking some community feedback and are looking at continuing to improve on the game experience. So more of a reason to jump into the game. because they are working on actively making a lot of QOL changes. The delving system is getting some major reward updates just in time for summer, and with plenty of time to gear up for the expansion later this year. New rewards can be earned through barter or discovered within Delving Treasure. So they're going to be making some adventure-seeking powerful, whether you're a seasoned delver or looking for a reason to jump in for the first time. This is going to be cool. I don't even know what delvings are. I think they're dungeons, but I've honestly never touched them. I'm assuming that's all endgame stuff. I don't know. We're going to look into it quick. And yes, this is going to go into the... delving's a place actually... Is your mission giver any of the mission givers? Okay, so delvings are used at cap. So that's what matters. That basically is what matters. Great. That lets me know the important stuff. Which is that's really all that I wanted to know. They let players optionally ramp up the difficulty of certain missions and world instances for rewards on gear and gear on par. So delvings are just... Okay. Yeah. Great. Good to know. Delving is a difficulty increase. Good to know. Summertime events, a summer heat, so does the adventure. Omens return with refresh rewards, while Murder Mint refreshes your trade offers. So, Farmer's Fair is just around the corner, bringing a new selection of rewards. As summer gives way to autumn, the legendary item and monster play reward track will begin their seasons with new rewards. Season closes with the return of the treasure Bugan, followed by the Tale of Shipwrecked Mariners and everyone's favorite birthday celebration, Bilbo's birthday. And then... Legendary server updates. Angmar and Mordor pushed into Mordor. All 9 Nazgul. So now legendary servers are getting even beefier. The arrival also expands servers' rep and rewards. Highest level of the barter system increases. So there's more rewards in the... more rewards in the legendary servers, which is something I need to dive into more. I might make another character and try more on Angmar. I keep putting it off, but I don't know. We might just do that and kind of power level or something. And then PvMP is going crazy right now. I know I just kind of like talked a lot about some of these other... Well, not really talked a lot, but I talked a little bit about the QOL updates and then learned a bunch of other things. Talked a little bit about legendary servers, how I need to jump more. But for those who are the player versus player people, okay? So for the first time in more than 18 years, monster player side of the battle welcomed the new class, the Angmarum Sorceress. Launching with Update 49, the Sorceress will be available through the Lotro store independently or with 3 starter bundles. These bundles will provide access to all our higher tier skills, traits, and up to 3 exclusive launch skins. So if you've never played monster play, this is the time to do it because they're going to have a brand new class for you to try out and play. There's going to be a unique new march, a whole new bunch of stuff to go along with it, whatever all of this stuff looks like for people who do monster play. And then there will be a much deeper look in a dedicated article before launch. And then the Delving of Frore reopens, which is a dungeon inside of the Ettenmoors. So there will be that will be available, which that'll be really cool with some new items, new quests, updated encounters, and a fully refreshed experience throughout the dungeon. So they basically took a dungeon that was in the PvMP area, and they rehashed that, which is going to be really cool. I think that's going to be something that a lot of people are going to want to check out. I might even just take my hunter that I Valard and mess around with it. A lot of stuff that I need to look at with that character, so that's kind of cool. I really like that. I think that's a really cool thing to look at. Wait, what the heck? Oh, that's something different. Okay. And then Siege, I don't know what so a lot of changes to PvMP are coming. So I'm not a big PvP person. I've never touched PvP in Lotro, so I'm not going to go into a lot of details. But Siege is receiving several important updates. They're reworking the artifact capture system to create more dynamic battles across the Ittenmoors. When an artifact bearer is defeated, the artifact no longer disappears for 30 minutes and instead falls to the ground where it can be immediately recovered by either faction. If the artifact remains abandoned, it returns to the last location where it was controlled after 5 minutes. Siege is receiving several important updates. Players and monsters will gain access to 2 new ballista and 2 new battering rams to introduce more variety to the defense aspects of Siege. Capturing Lugazag and Tidith Ra will become more involved as well. So it genuinely looks like PvP is going to be something, if you have not dove into, you're going to want to pop into that one. PvP is looking pretty poppin'. I'm honestly looking pretty interested in what PvP would have to offer. Definitely something I would look into. And then under Seats, the passage that provides direct access into Lugazag and Tidith Ra have become preferred method to enter the towers, bypassing the Siege gameplay. These ingress into the tower passages are being removed, so you can no longer use the Underseath relics. Rather than being used for the Horfall buff, relics can now be carried from the Underseath and delivered to Dar. Their capture functions much like the artifacts and create another strategic objective for both factions. Looking ahead to autumn, you may have noticed that one major topic is absent from this letter, our autumn expansion. So the omission is intentional. This year we will be unveiling details about the expansion at Gen Con. There we will reveal the expansion name, its setting, and the broad outline of the next chapter in The Lord of the Rings Online. Shortly following that announcement, we will share detailed articles revealing the major features of our next expansion. As development enters its final stretch, we are eager to show you more, not only about these new features, but also the heroes, foes, and adventurers that await in the next chapter of Middle-earth. Following Gen Con, expect a steady stream of reveals and deep dives as we pull back the curtain on everything coming this autumn. So there's a ton of new stuff coming. PvP, I think... So, based on this, I genuinely think that the PvP might actually be a huge part of the next expansion. I could be wrong, but I genuinely think if you haven't been a big PvP, if you are a big PvP person, you might want to be excited for this, because there's a lot of changes coming to PvP, and you might be looking at jumping back into it. I personally might be jumping into it. I don't know yet, because I don't know if you need to be at cap to play PvP. I don't know a lot. I don't know anything about PvP. But I do think PvP might have some pretty interesting aspects to it coming up. I might even have to start leveling a champion for it, which just, there's so much going on. I don't know. There's a lot of... I need to finish leveling my Berg, but you don't need to be at cap. You get buffed if you're a freak. Just got to be at level 20. Nice. So, yeah, definitely a lot of cool things to be coming up from Lotro. I think just updates 49 and 50 are going to be absolutely massive for the upcoming year. So, if you're not... what is this one? What is this scene? Sorry, my brain got distracted. Oh, wait, what? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so PvP, gonna be huge. And I think this update shows with the QLL changes, the new expansion coming, I mean, this is just more proof that there's just a lot of cool things coming to Lotro, and if you haven't been playing Lotro before, now is a great time to jump into it. Um, I'm getting more excited to play, and so I think I'm probably like I wanted to take a little bit of a break after finishing up Shadows of Angmar, but we're definitely going to be jumping back into it here soon. And getting back pretty heavy. I want to try and actually make the push to cap. So, task, that means we got to get through Moria. We got to start getting through Moria here soon. So, be ready, you and me, going through Moria. Whenever, you know. It'll be pain, but we'll get through it, I promise. But this video will end up on YouTube for this, so that'll be the end of this one. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Just going brief over what the rest of 2026 for Lotro is going to be. It looks incredible. I'm excited. But that'll be the end of this one. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. You are loved, you are valued, you are fearfully, wonderfully made. For those watching on YouTube, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Alright, chat, let's play through Third Age. Let's get those retro achievements cooking. Do 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 do. Fresh boot. So we have to do. We did the Western Moria Evil mode, so we're gonna start with Eastern Moria Evil mode. Bought your Mithril coins and grabbed your free key today, so I'll go back to finishing up Volume 1 tomorrow. Nice. Challenge everything. I am ready. As soon as you finish Volume 1, I'm ready. I just have to do. I think I just have to do a little bit of crafting on my main, which I can do. I'll probably do some. I don't exactly know when, but I'll figure it out. I was gonna do evil mode. I didn't want to launch this. Oh, I need to start the recording. Alright. We gotta start with evil mode. Bum, bum, bum. So I beat Western and Eastern Moria. This chapter is not going to be... Like, the Eastern Moria part will be fine. I'm not looking forward to... I'm not going to be looking forward to a lot of the grinding that I'm going to do. A triple crit? Are you kidding me, dog? Insane work from Elagast, man. Get crit back, you nerd. Dude, why is bro's out here critting me like crazy? Bro, I feel like I am doing like I'm tickling her. She's getting tickled. See, like, there's that part of me that's like, I need to level like a champion if I'm wanting to like PvP. Bro, a crit right off the bat? You kidding me? Runekeeper is pretty good up there. Is it still good though? I'm working on something on my second monitor. Oh. Well, that is that code. Okay, cool. Okay. I'm gonna have to call them in the morning. I have to imagine Keeper is always decent though, like it heals compared to Mini or better stack. I mean, I don't disagree. Bro, where's my crits? Huh? Where are my crits? I have to be very careful. I gotta heal the cave troll like ASAP. Dude, Hat Hot is just a damage sponge. Just gonna give me first turn. I think we win already. Because he had 0 setup time. Oh yeah, we win. We're gonna hit him with a flaming sword. Beautiful. Bombo. Now I want to look at hotkeys. I want to know if when I set speed up. Yeah, there we go. Set up to 80. Okay, perfect. Thank you for the link.
It's difficult to tell. Wait. Here. You should not scout so far ahead. These lands are filled with danger.
Have you been following us?
For many days, your companion requested it.
Yes. I cannot protect all of you all of the time.
I am perfectly able to defend myself.
I have buried others who spoke those words.
I thank you for your aid. How may I be of service?
We must cleanse these gullies. Help me assemble patrols so we may cut past the rear guard of Uruk-hai.
There's like a ton of random lore that's like put in specifically with these guys, and it's so funny. Like, Arenal is Idriel's brother, I'm pretty sure. Yo, Pipigram. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Now, I don't think I'm so strong that this will... Okay.
Your small group fights well. Find all of my elves, Gondorian, and we shall be strong enough to fight our way out of this maze of rock.
Rohan's warriors must use that cave as an outpost.
It would appear they suffer heavy casualties defending their frontier. How do we find a way inside?
Deeper in the ravines we shall find it.
Now, I want to make sure I handle a lot of this. I want to make sure I get myself, because there's going to be a boss. There's like a mini boss here. Wow, the enemies are actually kind of doing some damage. That's not the move I wanted to use. Lol. Hmm. I'm gonna run back to the save point here, actually. We'll keep going, and then we could just use this. And just set up this first optional. I'm gonna also, because there's not gonna be a ton of cutscenes, I'm gonna start using some speed up here. Oh! Oh! On the minimap, those are quest markers. Uh-huh.
Yes, I've not had all of you all the time.
Well, needless to say, I was not expecting that. Good thing we started doing some speed ups because, wowja. I got absolutely deleted during the speed up. I mean, game over very quickly. I turned on the speed up and was like, we'll be fine. It goes alright. We got absolutely deleted in our first, in our first thing there, but, you know, it happens. So we're gonna run things a little differently on this one here. I'm running an emulator speed up right now to make life a little bit easier. My dog. Oh, we got Weeping Bladed. Dadgummit. I'm using PCSX2, yes. Wait, no, I don't want to go that direction. Because I don't want to go into the, Why did suddenly everything just decide? It wanted to hit forever. Oh, great. So he got Weeping Bladed. I don't... Okay. I need a warg. I really need a warg to do what I want to do. Uh... Ooh, thank you for the crit, bro. Oh, I didn't kill him. Alright, we're gonna run back and save. Please give me a warg. Beautiful. Barathor, I'm sorry. You're out. Oh wait, at this point I can go ahead and I can kill this guy. Cause I want to I need to get this set up to a very specific setup, so we're just gonna go ahead and do the kill here. Shadowcraft. Okay, so it does need to be a Whip of the Master, which is fine. That's what I want. We're gonna save again real quick. See, we have to craft all the way down to mushrooms, which is so dumb. So this is where like we actually have to grind. Especially when we're just the squishiest boys on the planet. Holy Toledo. Dog, y'all are freaking killing me here. Yeah, literally, retro achievements is like, we're like, they're like, eh, you want it to be easy? They're like, nah. Alright, so I want to go ahead, I'm going to haste myself. Then we're going to crippling shot him. Barathor, you're going to get hit with that. And then we're going to haste Elagast. Because this is an optional encounter, so Barathor can leave. We don't need him anymore. And then we're just going to go ahead and do some heals. Go. It's such a long process. Back down to the save point. Because I need to set her... oh, I've only got one more to Destined Strike. Okay. Good to know. But we want to set that to Crippling. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm gonna walk in, I guess. Ow. Such a wild, random encounter. Problem is, though, is now, like, we went through all of that just for, like, the entire party to get killed. You know, I have to do the entire setup over again. Barathor just got absolutely cooked, man. Alright, I think we're gonna start just... crying is what we're gonna do. Alright, one down, one down. There we go. Why on earth are they just yeeting Nazgul at us? That's a great question. My dog just got triple crit. They aren't even giving Elagast a chance to even play the game, dog. Give this man a chance. They aren't even letting him do anything. They just, like, Elagast, like, comes back to life, and they just instantly kill him again. I genuinely trust nothing from this frickin' encounter. Golly, that was insane. Oh, Elagast needs some strength love. Holy. Oh, hey, we should probably grab that cloak again. Okay, here we go. This is finally a setup I can get behind. Oh yeah, the speedrun for this is actually insane. It's also absurdly broken. I just accidentally skipped Israel's turn. I think that's kind of hilarious. Do you guys love this riveting gameplay right now? It's only just riveting because we're doing something really kind of dumb right now. Because I'm trying to get a really, really overpowered ability, which requires this stupid level of grinding. And since I planned on using this chapter to do a bunch of grinding anyways. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just like doing this at normal speed, otherwise this would have taken forever, and I was not gonna make you guys go through all of that. That was a bad encounter to try and take. Elgos needs definitely more strength. Adriel will always need more spirit. We're gonna go. Dolphin is actually faster over PCSX2. But PCXS2 is the only emulator that is linked with retro achievements for this game. So that's why I am using it specifically. This is also a bad encounter. But I might... I don't really want to use this encounter for this, so we're just gonna kill him. Faster loading, faster the end results screen. For some reason, the end results screen on Dolphin goes faster. You piece of... No! Barathor! Alright, you're getting traded out. Because now this guy's Weeping Bladed, and he's gonna die. So I can't actually take that encounter. That's so unfortunate. Motion sickness warning, by the way. So sorry, everybody. What the frick is this encounter? Well, I guess we're going back to the save point. Another bad encounter. Sir? Leave my dwarf alone! OG Xbox would technically be the fastest way to go if you could. The roughest part about this game is the RNG. That's really just where it comes down to. Bro, stop giving me bad encounters, man. And the out of bounds are difficult to, like, master. I used that. I mean, I got a double crit, which was cool, but... Give me a better encounter. I guess I can just go to the cave. There's a save point there. Especially when I'm getting freaking double Shadow Chieftains. Yikers and heck. We ain't dealing with that, dog. I did not mean to heal Adriel there, but... Yeah, I really think that's probably the biggest thing that I would say needs to be different, is that that game really needs some more video guides.
doing here?
At this moment, warning you of orcs ahead.
Forgot about that. Yes, that part is difficult. Surviving East Moria is very tough. Look, I would love to see more people play Third Age. It is definitely one of those games that I want to play more of from a speedrunning standpoint. But I also understand that trying to get good at a JRPG from a speedrunning standpoint is not easy because of so many factors of like literally the game actively working against you. I should try and fight the Great Old Warg. Fight this thing quick. We need to try a little bit to put Child Me behind, I believe. I need to check and see what his current setup is for leadership. I don't think it matters too well, unless it's Royal Grace. I really want him to start learning Royal Grace. Oh, he is learning War Call. That's fine. Oh, Elagast is almost maxed out as bow craft. That's insane. Dang, he survived that? That's crazy, bro. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I prefer Balrog Hundo, because you're a lot safer. You're still underleveled because you don't take any optional encounters, but you are still in a better position. Yeah, it's a fun one. It's one I want to get better at. What did you forget? I'm so confused. We are all kind of in pain. Oh, THX on boot up. Oh, I read it as I forgot thanks, not THX. I should do Swordcraft. I also should have healed Barathor there, but. Oh, beautiful level up timing there, dog. We'll give that sword a try. Okay, so it doesn't give the Weeping Blade, so we definitely want the Foul Blade of Morgul back. Incredible. Dungeon boss next session. Ooh, do you get random encounters? Yes, you will get random encounters going anywhere. Oh, I did not realize Elagast has literally... not damaging shield. Frick. That's the worst. Okay, who has it? The Shadow Chieftain? That's also like the worst possible person who can have it. Well, that worked that out, because this will give him AP back. Beautiful. Including NPCs, there's 8. It literally is just a raid. That's hilarious. Alright, so... Ah! They killed my healer. I should have used Draining Shot, but whatever. Ow. I didn't even see what Idril was working on in his spirit powers. Valorous Haste. Okay, I don't really like that, but... Doing the boss is going to be a giant brain. I don't think I can do... Are you fighting an Elder Brain? Sonic Hornbirds, a made-up species of alien race. Okay. Did y'all see how much damage that did? That did 4,900 damage. Ow. We're... Okay, you're gonna be dead from the... from your wounds things, so I'm just, like, not even gonna worry about you. Just like that. Beautiful. Must be nice, I suppose, to get the sign. It is very nice. Nice triple crit. I'm trying to just, like, focus on getting, like... Trying to focus on getting, like, those final little ticks. Because, like... Almost got Gilgalad Rampage. Still got to do a lot of swordcraft there. But, like, Elagos is getting close to True Shot, which is good. And then we're getting, I don't know if I'm gonna necessarily max out Barathor's Swordcraft, because Barathor will still get used quite a bit throughout the rest of the game. But I do want to try and at least get him to Royal Grace. And then we're gonna do a lot of work with Hadhod. Maybe I'll switch out Hadhod right now, actually, because I really want to try and get Hadhod's stuff set up. But dang, bro. What the frick? Dude, we all got absolutely deleted there. That was insanity. I gotta do this encounter again. You know what? We can just end it instantaneously. Marathor. That was a random encounter, too, is the crazy part. Alright, we're gonna go to the grind spot. And we're gonna grind encounters. Once I figure out the stupid freaking layout of this level. This is not the grind spot. I don't like this guy. I want him gone. Alright, now we're at the grind spot. His freaking Hadhot attacks are just too freaking strong. It's kind of hilarious. Yo, the Jeff Pack with the raid. Thank you so much, Jeff. Welcome in, everybody. I hope y'all are doing well. Hello, guys. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Zojalix. I am a Lord of the Rings content creator. I make content on any... Wow, that did a ton of damage. Holy. I make content on any and all Lord of the Rings gaming stuff. So, anything from Lotro to Golden Age of Lord of the Rings EA games, which is the game that we're playing right now. I'm just overall a lover of all things Lord of the Rings and a lover of all things RPGs. So we are currently going through the retro achievements of Lord of the Rings: The Third Age, which is the Lord of the Rings JRPG. We're doing some skill grinding right now, which is why everything is currently going uber fast. So that way it's a little bit more entertaining. So Third Age and Current Resist rating. You haven't played this game in many years. Oh, it's one of my favorite games. But I also, if it's a Lord of the Rings game, it's probably one of my favorite games, if I'm being completely honest. I am absurdly biased. And I'm not afraid to admit it. You defeated Aubrey in Among Us? That's incredible. I'm so proud of you. Were you doing, like, community games right now? Is that what you were doing? Yeah, I'm doing a ton of skill grinding right now. We were both imposters. Oh, yes! I do remember this! Yes, yes, yes. It is very... Yes. But yeah, I'm doing a bunch of like grinding right now, and so that way we don't have to sit through every single animation. I just have that. I just have this speed up like crazy because I'm trying to get skill points as quickly as possible, and I know that it would take forever if I did it at its regular speed, and I don't want it taking forever. Because I'm trying to max out. Um, I'm trying to max out Idriel's swordcraft, and I'm trying to max out Elagost's bowcraft, because Idriel is right there for her bowcraft, and then Elagost is right there for bowcraft. And so if I can max those out, then that will get me 2 more achievements, which is what I'm going for. And that will be a huge step in the right direction for what I'm needing to do. And then I'm just using Hadhod right now because he's a very I need to get his stuff up too, and I want to get his stuff up as well, and he's just overall is just in need of some skill love right now. But yes, I do remember defeating Aubrey in Among Us. I'm always down to defeat Aubrey in Among Us. I need my migraines to get better because then I can actually get back into playing games with friends on Saturdays. Oh, you, sir. You think you're cool because you can heal, huh? Well, I can miss, apparently. So, how about that? Boom. You're still dead. how are we getting? 55 there. Still got a lot of work to do there, but we're getting close. We are getting close. I didn't mean to hit him with Cleaving Wound, but it's fine. They should have named this the Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Thing, because it's like, yeah, it really, that's such an accurate way of putting it, which is so funny to say it that way. Because they're all just, like, so close to being the Fellowship, but just, like, not quite being the Fellowship. It's kind of hilarious. I'm going to have a video where I kind of talk about it, where I think they did a really cool thing with trying to introduce some original characters, and I think that overall as a concept almost worked really well. But there were a lot of things within the story that they needed to rework in order for it to be perfect. For the game, it worked. For the lore, not so much. Right. And it kind of, like, my biggest gripe with what they did, they weren't even necessarily crazy lore-breaking story-wise. Mechanically, this is so lore-breaking. Like, from a game, like, the gameplay is so lore-breaking. But, you know, that's whatever. At this point, what isn't lore-breaking? If we're being completely honest. But the thing with this game for once you cross that line, exactly. And the thing with this game specifically is, like, they had a really interesting set of characters. The only problem is, like, once you get past Osgiliath has such a cool, like, climactic moment. And then when you get out of Osgiliath, the game just becomes, okay, it's time to now just throw the entire party into the events of the Fellowship of like the rest of the War of the Ring, and that's it. And they stopped just kind of like trying to tell a good story. And focus more on just, let's go, we got the true shot. $17,000 damage. Excuse me? Pardon me for seeing the absurdity in this. Haven't played this since you were a kid with a GameCube. Yeah, it's how most people, I think, played it. Well, you played it on either PS2, Xbox, or GameCube, because that was the systems that it was on. Do I want to now focus on... I think I do. Eventually, I am going to have to focus on crafting, which is going to suck. They're getting close, right? 10 more sword strikes with Idril. And then I think once we get that, we will be probably back to progressing. Dude, the guest fights in this game are so fun. Yeah, what's up?
Can we talk and make a decision quick?
Yeah.
About our baby sleeping.
About our baby sleeping?
Our baby sleeping. Okay. Here's what I'm currently thinking about.
Okay.
And I'm sure you are aware of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start waking up soon, so that's so exciting. So we need to decide how we're gonna handle it. Go sleep. Shadow. Shadow. What's the apartment? He fell asleep eating, so he's about to wake up not eating, and that's scary.
Yeah.
So we need to go and keep it recovery as soon as he starts wrestling. You might have more success than you because you don't smell like milk.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically the same. Just doing it. Are you doing it?
To try and just basically get him back to sleep.
Yeah, like I'm kind of thinking we just like when we start thrusting, like one of us just goes in there, put our back, rub this back a little bit, like longer than you think you need to, in hopes that it'll fall asleep. And stay asleep.
Sure. I can do it. Just will need you to entertain chat. You sound... You're nervous?
Very nervous. I just want to sleep again, Alex.
Fair? That's totally fair. Oh yeah, doing this so I can get his spirit powers up. Paralyze him, force him to skip his turn. Yes! Did it.
And I think we should start trying to put him, like, not have him fall asleep eating.
Okay.
But I'd rather have a tough time getting him down than getting him back down in the middle of the night when we both want to sleep.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's valid. Do I want to do... I think I'm just gonna carry...
It's cold down here.
Yeah, I love it. I think we might just be carrying Hadhod to the end of the chapter here. Just so that way we can keep leveling up his axe craft. Oh, we have stats to adjust. Oh, that one shot. I am so sorry. I wish I had better words for you. Alas, I do not. And just blow him up. I can just use Stone Hewer, I guess, because it doesn't just instantly kill people. It's an option. I don't know why I just increased her strength. Increasing Idriel's strength is kind of pointless. Now that I've maxed out her swordcraft, it's like her strength does not matter. You did play the Avatar Fighter? How? Oh, you got you in the beta for it? How is it? We are going to pop a frenzy and then miss. As someone who's cheeks at the genre, it's very fun. Well, at least you're having fun. What's up?
Are you serious about
What?
serious about chat?
Well, it depends on how long because I don't know how long I'm going to be in there.
How did you chat?
Just talk to them.
That's literally the worst.
Well, if you need to go to sleep, go to sleep. Um,
Think you're gonna sleep?
if we can get him to go back down, then yes. Alright, I am going to go ahead and turn off speed up now. Which is going to be so weird. But since we're at the end of the chapter, I want to just... If I do more skill grinding, we'll turn it back on. But since we're going back to progressing...
Behind the horse, a captive, still alive.
I should have saved before I went into this fight. Already understanding the Gandalf's planning? Yeah, I don't like it. I have gotten... If you match down with Sokka, he does the worm. That's hilarious. Nothing. I don't know. Sokka doing the worm fills my heart with happiness.
You have strange powers, lady.
Long have my people defended you unseen.
I am grateful, for I was cut off from my fellows. I did not expect to survive the night.
Travel with us. We shall help you find your company, so you may rejoin them.
Here, our forces must part ways. We shall meet again before you leave this land.
I will fulfill my part in this.
What?
Shall prove worthy of our trust.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
Now we're pushed into hostile land, lost, on foot, and without aid. This is a marvelous quest you're leading us on.
He doesn't even have a face.
The dwarf? Because he has a dragon mask helmet. So he does have a face.
What business does an elf
one of Sokka's supers is getting kissed by Suki and he gets buffed. That's hilarious.
Mithrandir seeks you. Assemble your forces and meet him east of Helm's Deep.
Gandalf has long been our trusted advisor. We shall marshal followers as quickly as possible. What of
So you're
you?
gonna sleep there, or are you gonna actually go to
Request
bed,
an aid in
babe?
rallying your men.
Okay.
Look for your friends.
What?
But do not trust to hope. It has forsaken these lands.
Say that one more time. You're sleeping here or in there? Okay. You can take the dog with you. It's fine. I had him last night. All right. I'll be right back, chat. I'm gonna run to the restroom. And then we will keep going.
Go back, Sam! Going to Mordor alone. Bushwalk! And I'm coming with you!
I was going a little bit longer than I intended, but um I was trying to find like a good snack. I was really struggling. Oh, never mind. I got a BRB again. Alright, now we are actually back. Here's hoping and praying that everything that we did keeps that kid asleep. Um... Wow. We switched chapters. I was one-shotting them in Eminent Gullies, and we switch over to Rohan. And suddenly... we are not doing the same level of damage. That's kind of crazy, but we're gonna go pick up Morwen.
Hurry! A warrior is trapped here!
Ow. Come on, kid. Oh, darn. Oh, I was really hoping he would have been asleep, man. Maybe he is asleep. His eyes are closed.
I can only kill them once.
Is this your village?
It was. Most are dead. Many of my friends and family have fled this place. Where are they bound? I know not. Perhaps the ford? And south to Edoras.
That is our road.
Then you may join me. I must find them. What do you carry that makes you worthy?
Wrath. Ruin. A few trinkets. That is all that remains of my life here.
Yeah, literally. Morwen has literally no chill whatsoever. Not even the slightest amount of chill. She's... I don't know if she's my... I think she might be my least favorite character.
Your riders gather near Helm's Deep. Eomer will join you there.
Remember what other quests there are.
Your force is needed. Ride to Helm's Deep. Join with Eomer at Helm's Deep. War comes.
Dude, a little angsty.
Halt! By order of the king.
We seek to pass.
I must find my family.
I obey my orders, lady. None shall pass without permission.
Come, let us gather Rohan's riders. That shall make our case.
I also don't like the story behind... Like, I think the story behind Barethor and Morwen is really cool. I just thought it was fleshed out horribly. And so, like, that just drives me nuts. And I think they could have handled it better. It's my biggest thing for why I want this game to have a remake. I think this game, mechanically, I think it's fine. But I think the story really needs to be redesigned in a way that doesn't... that doesn't, like, rush a lot of its plot points. Dude, Morwen, you just have, like, no... They were so focused on wanting to get to the War of the Ring and the action that they really just, like, stopped with so many, like, that they just don't do a lot with a ton of the characters. Like, they don't do anything with Elagast and, with Elagast and Hadhod after Moria. Their character, they get like one scene in Helm's Deep, and that's it. That, yeah, basically. I don't think that's an inaccurate way to put it. You know what? We don't have any story beats, really, until after we get through, till after we get through the bridge. So... we're just gonna turn on Turbo. Okay, so Kingscoil Grace is a huge ability to have. I think we're gonna want Flash Arrow. Uh-huh. This was certainly not planned here. I should have done a frenzy, but that's okay. Cool. You just got Hat Hod. Nice. Oh, I can give her Elf Stones. I think one of the funniest moments in this entire game specifically is in this chapter. When we just get like Idriel being the pettiest person on the planet. In regards to Morrowind, I think it is just the funniest thing. It's not even that. Like, she's petty towards Arathor. Is the funny thing. She's like, "Ugh, um since you now appreciate her over the beauty of the elves, all because of one pretty face." Like, she just takes the whole freaking thing seriously. Like, she just takes Morwyn's existence personally, and I think it is just the funniest thing. And, like, don't get me wrong, I truly believe that Idril was being absurdly petty for no reason against Well, okay, maybe she wasn't necessarily being petty against Barathor, because her and Barathor, as far as everybody else was concerned, they were an item. And then Barathor just kind of like forgoes that whole thing. I'm gonna do some skill grinding with Morwen. Yeah, Idril gets very weirdly jealous over the whole love triangle thing, and like, I don't think the love triangle thing in and of itself was bad. I think they just genuinely needed to prep it better. Watch your dead, GG. Dude, a Blackgate finale was so, like, I have so many problems with the ending of this game. I have an absurd amount of issues with the end of this game. And not only that, but also you said if I do the yes, yep. You load your save for evil mode. Oops, definitely just you load your save for evil mode and then you'll save over it and it will give you items. You go into you once you save, pause and go into options. It is very buried for no reason. I won't disagree with that. Actually, I think I want Idriel instead of Water Stallion to take Gift of Greyhaven. Gosh. I just picture like this whole set of fights, like Morwen just like trying her absolute darndest, and then Idril just comes over, hits with one Loudwater Fury, and then it's just kind of like, I did that. I definitely just skipped like a fool accidentally because I wasn't paying attention, so I just wasted a frenzy. I should have done another paralysis on the other melee guy, but actually, are there really any skills for Elagos that I like absolutely want him to have other than True Shot? I think Northern Storm would be nice, but like maybe Grace of Athelas I think is the only other thing. So I might switch him out with Hadhod and do some grinding for Hadhod. Get the Axe Warriors a bunch of skills. I should have healed Morwen. This is one of the reasons why I literally never used Morrowind. Because she just died all the time. And it's not like she's lacking in health either. Ten out of 10 would scream in Barathor's face as a Nazgul. Immaculate. See, Morwin's dead again. Yes, there is a genuine risk. There is a point in Minas Tirith where your party gets split, and you have to use. You don't get to use all of them that you normally would. I think, did somebody get a new ability? No, she's still working on Twin Wounds. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. It is like a random encounter meter. I think it works like a step counter, kind of like FF7. Yes, it goes away if you get to like certain area, like if you get like close to certain save points or like certain story beats, it will go away. Yes. That way you don't get a random encounter and then in areas that are just going to be an absolute nightmare to get a random encounter in. Like, imagine if you were right about to fight the Watcher in the water, you're like 2 steps away from the Watcher in the water, and then you hit a random encounter. Like, it's just that would just be kind of terrible. That was definitely not who I wanted to heal, and that might get her killed. Oh, it didn't. At least not now. Nope, she's good. So, let's do that. Did that buff that? Okay, yes. So we definitely need to get her leveled up. Alright, Zach, have a wonderful rest of your night. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I'm doing, since I'm doing just focusing on, I don't have the speed up on when I'm not skill grinding, but since I'm focusing on just specifically grinding skills right now, for the sake of efficiency, I turn on the I think I'm actually using 5 times speed. It's still too slow. Hey, don't tempt me. I'm not afraid to turn it up. I just... Yeah, the only thing with Thinks' full game world record is he does East Moria skip differently to try and get the Goblin Bow, because that bow is very useful in East Emnet Gullies, but it makes East Moria skip so much more difficult. Perfect, she got twin wounds. Now... Okay, I definitely want everything. Fair enough. I mean, all of the skips are very doable. They just require practice. I haven't even touched Helm's Deep skip yet. I always learn up to East Emnet Gullies, and then East Moria skip just, like, kills me. Biggest struggle in the game right now is friggin' keeping Morwen from dying. The orcs heard rumors she was carrying Eowyn's stew, and we're like, we can't let that get there. Yay, she got the passive ability. Slightly increases her armor value. So now it'll be slightly harder for her to die. I gotta remember to... Yeah, literally. It was like 2 more hits on a good day. Adriel, that's incredible. I'm so good at this game, chat. That is so funny. She's trying her best, I'm sure, as another arrow hits her. Yeah, literally. Guys, I promise, she's doing her best. Alright, we gotta get rid of this guy. I can't. Golly. Yeah, no, the out of bounds in this game is actually kind of hilarious. I want more when. What time is it? Oh, jeez, it's almost 12:30. Okay. Not realize what time it was. Alright, I need to get the squad out for the bridge. We're gonna do the bridge and then we're gonna call it a night, chat, I think is what the plan's gonna be here. Fair enough, fair enough. All them constitutions. Who got gear? Alright. We're gonna do the bridge. We're gonna be saving a lot, because this bridge is kind of a gauntlet. Are we slow right now? Well, maybe we were slow. Maybe it just slowed down a little bit during that animation or something. I don't know. Okay. Do that. Should get rid of, like, a lot of these enemies. Probably should have just done a draining shot, but... I think Barthor's got this.
My family would have fled this way. They did not.
This is the scene I'm talking about.
More dangerous White Mountain paths.
How can we find them in the midst of this?
I suggest you locate one of their maps. Since you now prize the cause of these people over the elves. Because of one pretty face.
And then Elagos and Hadhot at the end of this is so good. It's a dumb scene. But Adriel just doesn't care. Like, what, dude? That perfect mode was low key not worth. But on Idriel's turn, I can black speech, taking out a lot of enemies. Should take out 4 or 2. Let's get rid of this guy. He survived that? Brother. That bro had... You know what? I'm gonna end the fight. Oh no, that's Idriel doing that. That's not even Morrowind. Not up and sat back down. Which arguably makes it worse.
Defends the approach to Edoras. I expect Grima to have betrayed it by now. I must gather more men. Mithrandir will soon summon us to battle. Farewell, Gondorian.
This was the doing of a man they called Grima.
I know this creature. Word of him spread to Gondor.
I thought you were of Rohan.
Only now. My family once served the steward, but his mind was poisoned against my father. I suspect Grima. We must crush this worm now, or he shall intercept the refugee column and slaughter it.
I see, and that's where I think, like, the timeline also doesn't really make sense. Because, like, that means that in the period of East Emnet Gullies, where the party is learning about Boromir's death, then that means that from there until here, all of Amon Hen and the first half of Two Towers happens, like, well, a little sus to me. Alright, but that's going to be where we ended off. We didn't necessarily make a lot of progress in the game. We got through like a chapter and a half, which, I mean, is still pretty far, but my focus was on skill grinding. And, like, we got True Shot with Elagast, which is huge. We're getting really far with Barathor. Morwen is Morwen. We'll get her Rohirric Rampage eventually. So I'm not here tomorrow night because I'm passed out. You better be passed out. But yeah, so like Because we are going to need to get... we need to get Gondor's Rampage with Barithor, Mountain Hewer with Hadhod, which I think is his last thing. Rohirric Rampage with Morrowind, Rampage of him with Eowyn. We have a ton of light crafting, and this is gonna suck. The basic crafter. Like, that's not gonna be fun. Because we have to do... all of that. So I might just do a bunch of item crafting off stream. Alright, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call it there. I've gotta go to bed. It is almost 1 a.m. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out. You guys are awesome. You are loved. You are valued. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. We'll see you next time. We'll probably be back with more of this tomorrow. Or I might jump back into some Lotro. I have some thoughts with what I want to do for Lotro, so I don't quite know yet. But we're making a lot of progress, and I'm having fun. So that's what matters. Alright, goodbye.